Hey everyone, so sorry I'm late. It was a little tough this morning getting Tia to eat her food, and as well as most of you all know, she is diabetic, and if she doesn't eat, I can't give her insulin shots. So we had to struggle to get her to eat, so I had to trick her with some boiled chicken. So I'm so sorry this is what took me so long. And I want to say good morning to Judy and Kim and Clint. Hi, Clint. And yeah, finally we got her to eat, so I was able to give her insulin. So that dog stresses me out, like seriously. So today I'm going for 3 photos or 3 paintings because they need to dry for at least a month because they are all oil-based. And they need time to dry. So my daughter was here yesterday because she went to the border to pick up all my soap supplies. And she came and I showed the picture that I painted yesterday because I promised that to my son. And she's like, "Where's mine?" I'm like, "Okay, well," I said, "you're coming here so you can pick out a painting." Well, she sat at the kitchen table and went through all my books. This is the painting she picked out. I don't like it. I think it's extremely ugly. It's not one of my favorite paintings, so I'm going to make this my own. It's going to look similar to it, but it's going to be prettier. So this one's called A Warm Summer Day. So yeah, I don't know, I just don't like all the way the coloring is on it. So I'm going to make this pretty. And she picked this one. And she picked a seascape, of course, and I'm not the greatest at making seascapes. I have done several. So I'm going to try a seascape. And her big one, she wants a big one and 2 small ones. So she was here picking 1 painting, and it ended up being 3. So how do I say no? It's a wedding gift for her. So I was like, okay, I'll show you the other 2 that she picked out of one of my other books. So this is the other one. This is the seascape, and I have painted this several times. So I'll be doing this one. And I'm actually going to just turn that page like that. That way I can layer these blocks because she's got them all pointed out. And this one she wants on the big canvas, but I'm not doing the oval. So it'll be the whole size of the canvas. And this will be on a huge one. And she really loves all the purples and the blacks and the grays and the greens. And this one's a really pretty picture. I've done this one several times. So you can see her little bookmark is a piece of black tape. So yeah, that's what we're going for. I'm so sorry I'm late. But like I said, my dog comes first. And when she doesn't eat, it really upsets me because I can't give her insulin, and she can't go without her insulin. Hey, Vicky! So I finally gave her insulin. She's sleeping in her bed. Miku's out now. He's eating his nuts. Okay, so let's start with the colors that he requires for this. We'll start with, let's see, does he have sap green? Yes. So I like to start with the dark colors, and then I go to the lighter ones after. So these books cannot be in my way like this. Okay. So I'm just going to squeeze some color. I'm probably going to need a lot. This one here is a partial tube. I have brand new ones of Ross's colors. So I'm going to start putting stuff on my palette. I'm sorry I didn't have time to do this. Hi, Mary. Well, it's very sounding hard to listen. Okay, so I want robotic now. Shoot. Okay, baby girl. What's your head out? Oh, I don't know why it does this. It just keeps doing it. Okay, please let me know if this is any better. Is this any better, guys? There, that's better. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it does that. I switch it to my Logitech, which that's the camera I use. So I switch the microphone to that. So if it does it again, let me know and I'll switch it back because it's going to probably do it again. I hate when it does that. It just doesn't like to be nice to me. And Jeff is out right now getting us a coffee, but he's also gone to get our salads for supper tonight. So he wanted to get all that done. All right, so I have a little bit of sap green, and it requires, nope, that's Prussian blue. Doesn't have Prussian, oh, it does have Prussian blue in this. Okay, so we'll put some Prussian blue in this one here. Is such a dark color. Actually, this Prussian blue hardened up. I don't know why. So I need to grab a new one. Let's see. I have all new ones here. These are all my new tubes. That's phthalo blue. I need Prussian blue. The dark, dark blue. And if you use a lot of that, it'll eat up every color on your canvas. Phthalo blue. I know I have a Prussian blue because I saw it in here. Phthalo. No. Phthalo. Where is it? Oh, brother. Where are you? That one hardened up on me, and I don't know why. Let's see. Is there another one here? That's ultramarine. Phthalo blue. No. Come on, I know I saw another Prussian blue. I'm gonna have to pull all these out because I just can't seem to see it. Oh, here it is. Told you I had one. I knew I seen one in there yesterday, so this one here, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need very much of it, so I'm just going to put a wee bit out because this stuff is so dark. All right, so we got our Prussian blue. We need phthalo blue. This one here, I don't see a whole lot of this, so I'm not going to squeeze a whole lot out. Like yesterday, I wasted a ton of paint. It's not calling for any black. Perfect. So that's good because that means the Prussian blue I'll be mixing with just getting all my colors here. I need Van Dyke brown. That's midnight black. I gotta dig out the new Van Dyke brown. Jeez. Just not having any luck. There it is. That was easy. Probably need quite a bit of Van Dyke brown. Do we need dark sienna? Sure do. Hello, me too. Ooh. Some of these paints over the years, I guess, are just getting really old. This one has a big clump in it. Wow. There we go. Get rid of that. All right.
So we have pressure boost, yellow boost, soft green, vanilla brown. Oh, Ovarian crimson, another dark color. This one here will eat up your picture too if you use too much of this. So now we need to do all our yellows. So I'm using cad yellow, which is such a pretty color. I love this cad yellow. Look at the color of that. So pretty. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Britt. Is my sound still okay, guys? We need yellow ochre and Indian yellow, and then some white. I normally would have done this, but I was running out of time, so the Miku is being a jerk. And now we need some white. Some titanium white. Oh my God. He needs to go in his room. He's going to scream like that. Yep, you're going in your room, bud. You're going in your room. Nobody wants to listen to that crap. All right. We are getting here. So we obviously need our liquid white, and you really got to shake this up. Hi, Donna. Are you saying hello and being a good birdie? Or are you just going to be bad? You keep that up, you're going in your room. I'm dead serious. Dead serious. All right. I'm all set. Now I can cover this entire canvas with liquid white. Yeah, that seems like a lot, but it's not really. I like to put it on with this part because I can just chop this out. Miku really wants to go in his room, just saying. Don't you, Miku? I'm gonna kill this bird. Mike is garbled again. Oh my God. He's crap. All right, let me know if that's any better. You know, I'll say this isn't my day. A little bit more right here, and we're good. Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to stay better. All right. So we've got a nice even coat of liquid white. So this will help my canvas for blending. Yeah, perfect. I love it. So I need to leave the lid off that because I'll be using it. All right, so now it wants me to start with Alzarium crimson on a 2-inch brush in the very middle. So I'm actually not going to use a 2-inch brush. I'm going to use a 1-inch. Just because this is such a strong color. And I want to make like a horizon kind of. So this will be here, and then we're going to drop some in here, and this will be the reflection in the water, is the pink here. So this here, if you just keep blending and blending and blending, it will blend out. So without cleaning the brush, pick up some Prussian blue. Ugh. So the Prussian blue is a very, very dark color. So I'm just going to go easy peasy with that. I'm going to start up here because it is very dark, this color. And I'm going to use crisscross strokes. Yeah, this pink. This color scares me. It's so strong. I don't use Prussian blue a lot. Oops, I hit it with green. I don't want any green. Don't need a green sky. So you can see the liquid white starts off dark, and as you blend, the liquid white blends it. Really, really light. I'm gonna put a little bit in here, across the water. Just to make some water. Now I need a little bit of dark sienna. I don't know why, but I don't really see it in the sky. He said it's in there, so let's just put a little bit of dark sienna in here. And we'll blend it all in a minute. I want to make it bigger. Darker in the corners, always. So that's pretty much. All right. So now I need a 2-inch brush, and I need to blend all of this. Now, really want it to be very faint. And I want to get rid of all the harsh lines. And make a really pretty sky. Don't look like this sky, but. And his painting doesn't call for any clouds, but these blue sky kind of thing. I'm actually going to put a couple of little clouds in here. So you can see now the sky is really blended out beautifully. Very, very pretty. So it's very nicely blended. So I'm going to take a fan brush, and I'm going to put some happy clouds. That's what Bob Ross would call them. Some happy clouds. And I'm just going to put a few, not a whole bunch, and you just make happy clouds with circles. Maybe one big cloud there. And we'll just do a nice little cloud here. Okay. And then I'll take that same brush that I used to blend, and I'll just use circular motion and blend only the bottom of the cloud. Just the bottom. You don't want to touch the tops. And blend it and then poof them. And then just make them really light strokes. And there's some really pretty clouds. His painting didn't call for them, but hey, you need a couple of clouds. I think I need one more cloud. Like up here. Don't you agree? And just make one more baby one. That. And then I'll just lightly blend it at the bottom, fluff it, and then go across. And then it just looks like a beautiful set of clouds. What do you guys think of the clouds? Look good? Good enough? Okay. Now, the foreground is all a bunch of, just a bunch of dark, I see it little there. I really and truly love how these clouds turned out, although his painting does not have clouds. But when I paint, I like to make my paintings, I don't like copying his. I like to copy his technique, of course. I mean, that's why they teach you, is for the technique. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm actually going to bring maybe a little bit more paint in there. So I'm going to just wipe this brush off a bit. And I'm going to bring a little bit more Alzarian crimson into this water area. Just a little more. There we go. It's a nice, pretty color too, actually. And this will be, these little hairs are coming off my brush. There we go. Beautiful. So now we've got a gorgeous horizon. And now I just want to blend this out too. Now, okay. So I need a 2-inch brush. And I think I'm just going to use the one I was blending with. And I'm going to use Van Dyke Brown, Dark Sienna, and I'm just going to tap a bunch of paint on this brush, mixing these two colors on my brush. And I'm just going to make a whole bunch of actually, I'm just going to do it this way. I see a hair. Is my sound still okay? Keep that up there in the corner, actually. There's going to be a tree there. So I'm just basically making foreground. That's what this is called. And just some nice dark areas. That's basically all this is. Some dark areas. All right, so there we go. There's our foreground. Now, I'm just going to take a bit of the brown. I'm going to bring it down. Might not see this stuff here, but you will see this in the middle for sure. And I'm just making some reflections in the water. Oops, I don't want to use that brush because that just made a yuck. But you ain't going to see that anyway. So. And then I'll use a clean, dry brush to swoosh across to make it look like water. Okay. Now I see he uses a whole bunch of yucky gold colors. To me, summer isn't gold. It's about greens and yellows and bright reds. So the area of the canvas, you want all this area here to have the most bright light because that's where the center is, and that's where the sun is rising, kind of thing. So you want the light to be here, the dark to be here. So I am going to use a 1-inch brush for this, and I'm just going to start mixing colors on a 1-inch brush. So I'm going to start in the middle here so I can get nice light colors. Bright color. Oh, you know what color I forgot? I forgot my red. Wow, how do you forget red? I need a little bit of bright red. Ooh, and the oil came up with that. Wow, that made a huge mess. I don't want a lot of red. And a little touch of sap green. I'm really loading this brush with lots of paint. Hello. And some liquid white. Hello. So we can make nice, bright colors here. Red in there. You want it really bright where I'm really not liking that color over and over again. Let's change it up a little bit. Make some nice bright white yellow. So mixing up my colors here. They're just yellow, cad yellow, yellow ochre, and Indian yellow, and some liquid white. And the liquid white will help thin up this paint because it's super thick. So let's add a little touch of red in that. And we'll start over here. And bring our colors that way. Put touch of green in there. And we'll change the color up a little bit here. A little bit of color there. Can you see the different colors? So we've got some light over here, so we definitely want to make this a little bit brighter there. So as you can see, I am making this my own. I'm not doing his colors because I really don't like that. I want a little bit more sap green. So we can have some green in here. I'll put a little green right there. Now, making some darker color now. The yellow ochre will darken this, and so will the green. So I want to darken some of this and tone it down. Because this is a darker area now. I don't want to kill all my dark either. Oh, I'm just gonna tone that down a bit. Not gonna worry about that right now because that's just part of a tree branch. So I kind of really like this area. I am going to touch this up a little bit, make it just a little bit darker. Not a whole lot. You want all your light to be here. So actually, I think I'm just going to leave that alone for now. But now I will reflect. Actually, I'm just going to reflect here because I don't really think you'll see much of this. But what the heck? I'm going to just reflect some of this in the water. Oops. Oh, I want to do it this way. Get some yellow going here and reflect a little bit of that. Reflect a little bit of the orange. Some more green. Reflect that in there. And some of the really dark green to reflect here. But I don't really think you'll see much of this anyway, so I'm not even going to worry about that. So let's do a little bit here. Get some more yellow here. And just get these reflections going. Okay, so I'm going to take my little blender brush. And I'm just going to carefully pull these down. Make them as reflections in the water. And then I'm going to brush across ever so slightly. So they look like that. Now, time for the palette knife. And let's take some dark brown. So we've got yellow ochre, or yellow ochre. What am I talking about? Van Dyke brown. Some dark brown. I'm actually going to add a bit of Prussian blue in that to change the value of it. Make it a bit darker. And I'm just going to start cutting in some land, some shore. You know, we'll make it look like a little rough shore. Jeff, you're going to have to put him in his room because he's been doing that the whole time we've been out here. So that's just to make it look like there's some land. So now we're going to highlight that with some dark sienna and some white. I'm just going to marble it. And ever so lightly, I'm going to touch it and drag it across. And just giving it some highlight. Like so. Make it look like a rocky roll. She wants a rocky looking picture anyway. There. 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 So I didn't really cover up my dark. Get a little bit more going here. So what do you think so far? Now, listen, flash. Some of these areas here, I want to make them look like they're really deep. So I'm just going to pull down straight. Pull down straight. Make them look like there's cliffs underneath there. Pull that down. Pull that down. So there's just like layers and layers of rocky shore. Maybe. His painting don't have this, but I'm doing it. Like I said, I want to make this my own. So that's what I always do anyway. I always add. So there we go. We got a little bit of deep rock. Now we're going to take a little bit of white, and I'm going to take a little liquid white to thin out the paint. And this paint, the liquid white, takes forever to dry. Forever. Like all the other oils will be dry, and the liquid white will not be. So I'm just going to give this, you know, some water lines. So it looks like here's a little shore here, and the water is banging up against it. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. My mic slipped. And I don't think we'll see much of that. But I do want to see more here. And then you could just draw these little lines in the water to make it look like the sun is sparkling on the water. But the lines have to be completely straight. So it just makes it look like that. I think that looks pretty cool. I'll do a few more over here. Just rub that in, rub it in. Like so. All right. So if you want, you can go with your clean brush and you can smooth these out to make them more defined. So I'm going ever so lightly. I am not pressing too hard. See how it kind of smoothed them out? So they're not just harsh. Now, we need to do some fun stuff. And we need to make some, what do you call those things? Oh, my coffee's here. Hang on, look, Timmy's. Jeff went and got me my Timmy's. Hey, hi, Kilburn. Is my sound still good? I could put a big rock in the water. That might look good. Let's try that. I've never done this. Okay, there's always a first time. So let's put a nice big rock right here. Nice big rock. Right in the middle of the water. Why not? And then we'll take our dark sienna and our white, and we will highlight this big rock. Give it some pizzazz. So there's a big rock in the middle of nowhere. And now it needs a water line around it. So let's put a water line around that. And that needs to be a bit thinner. Let's make some crashing water on this one. I'll try not to hide the rock. So there's a nice cute little rock. I'll just put a little dab of that white right there. Make like the sun's hitting it right there on their side. And then I'm going to use my brush and I'm just going to blend this water line a little bit and blend that white out a bit. There we go. How's that? How's that, Rebecca? Tall tree, yes. Oh yeah, those tall trees are coming. Right now I'm just working on the foreground. Hi, Jen. Okay. So we need to make some what do you call these things? branches. You know, these guys can't just live without branches. Kiki's being a very happy birdie. We'll just put some things wherever. Thank you, Jan. Yeah, you just need to kind of just touch it with the knife. Make all kinds of sticks and twigs. I mean, there's all kinds of foliage in here. So, and it's got to have something to stick to. So we'll just make all kinds of little sticks and twigs and things like that. Oh, that's a biggie. So this one here, I'm just gonna lay it off a little bit. Yeah. So, you know, these kind of have some things in them. Like that. I think right there I'm going to put a little bit of a bush. A little shrub. Nice pretty colored shrub. So let me get my brush that I've already got going with nice and bright. I'm going to use a lot of liquid white. And get this, all the bristles really loaded. And I'm just going to tap a little, tiny little bush right there. And maybe one right there. Some foliage right there. Because you want to see more red. Let's grab some of this red. It's such a beautiful color. And we'll see a little, kind of a little bushy there. There. So I'm just trying to give it some, and I'm going to just kind of camouflage some of these sticks and twigs. Just touch them a little bit. You know, just to define them more. Like so. And I think it needs something right there. And then I think it needs a nice dark green one. Nice green bush. Bright green. Right here. There we go. And that's where that's going to stay. There, I kind of like that. So I'm going to take my palette knife and just scratch in some twigs off of this. Especially here where I made those little bushes. Some little tiny ones here. Okay. So far, so good. Now, make some oil. Some dark brown. Then we'll paint a little twiggy tree. We'll put little little branches here and there. Peaky or noisy. Little one there. Bush. Little old dead trees. Yeah. Can't really see this one. Fix that. Okay. Yeah. I think that's gonna be it. There. Make all kinds of little twigs and stuff. Looks like an old forest. You can see there's tons and tons and tons of depth to this picture, right? All right, so I'm going to clean this brush. My liner brush, which I like to use a lot. Now, time to have fun. Let me see. Now it's time to dig into the good old. Oh, guys, hang on. I gotta go for a sec. Shoot. Be right back. Please bear with me. Yeah, that's why Tiki was so happy. He was out of his cage. Hey, Martha. Yeah, he got out of his cage and he can't be out. I thought I heard pitter patter walking on the floor, and I'm like, that sounds like Tiki. And it was Tiki. Oh, shit. All right, I need some more Van Dyke Brown because I used up all my stuff. I don't want to waste paint like I did yesterday. And now we're going to make some land. We're just going to make a mess. How's that? So I got a big amount of brown on here. And I'm going to just like, I don't know, like make some land. And it's really hard because my canvas hits, my knife hits this stupid thing here. Whoops. Just going to blend all that together. Probably going to be a lot easier if I used my brush, but going to do the same thing over here. Bring some land here. Cover this entire area with brown. And I need more. So ain't wasting. Usually paintings take a lot of Van Dyke brown. That's one of the main colors that's used. I just kind of want to make this like a shore. Maybe there's a cliff. We'll put a cliff in here. So my paint is on here pretty thick, as you can see. Don't want to lose my rock. Jeez, now I really lost that knife. Thank God for having hundreds more. I have a lot of pellet knives, by the way. I want to define this one a little bit more. Kind of like that. And bring it down. Because there's a little cliff there. There's going to be a little cliff there. And the rest of it's kind of basically going to be shore with trees. Hi, Cheryl. All right. So we got lots of dark on here. It's important. The lay of the land is what's going to determine this painting. And that here, I'm going to put a little cliff there. A little cliff here. That's that. We're going to have two little cliffs. Now, let me clean off my pellet knife, considering I dropped the other one. It's up against the wall over here, and it went on the floor. It went right off of my floor covering. So, I'm going to put some highlights, and I'm going to use the Van Dyke brown, or not the Van Dyke brown, sorry, the dark sienna with my white. And I'm going to marble it. Hold on, a little later. And we want to very, very carefully touch this and give it some highlights. My little cliffs here. I'm just going to put a few highlights here and there because I'm going to be putting foliage here too. So, you know. need to mix up a bit more here. You can see it's marbled. There we go. So you just want to kind of put some highlights to make it look like, you know, rocky shore kind of thing. And you can see my paint is breaking. And that's what you want it to do. Nice rocky shore. Think right about here. I need to put a little bit of white for some of this dark sienna. Just break this up a bit. There we go. So we've got that. What to do next? Kind of looks like the picture she was going for, but hey. Now,
flats.
what?
It's like mud flats.
Mud flaps or rock flaps? So I'm going to do some water lines with some nice thin paint. And definitely want a water line here, some here, right about there. And some there, some there. Definitely need one there. So you can kind of see the water line right there, crashing up against that. So I think that's good for now. Let me see what I'm going to do next. Well, since we have a lot of dark, I think I'm going to grab a brush and I'm going to put some bushes. And I need to use a lot of white, liquid white, because this paint is super thick. And I think I'm just going to start with putting some grassy areas, mossy areas. Just let it look like really nice green here. You can just I'm going to bring in some of these other colors too. Maybe a little bit of red. little more. I think it's like an orangey green. And let's just touch. Now remember, I'm following the lay of the land. As you can see, there's probably going to be little trees sticking out. Some foliage here. The later stuff right there. Maybe sun's hitting it. Now it's starting to look more like rocks. See? You see what I'm doing now, Jeff?
And grasses and small.
Mossy. It's like moss. You want it to look mossy because it's in a wet area. So you just want it to be looking mossy. To me, that looks pretty mossy. So let's get some nice bright color on this brush. I could put a little tiny bit of bush right there on the top of that rock. That's nice and bright up there. And we'll put a piece right there. Okay, so I don't want to overkill this, but you definitely want to hide your mistakes with some grass, moss, grass, whatever. And there you go. I like that a lot, actually. Put a little bit of grass on this. Touch it up a bit. Okay, so I want to fix my rock right there. Put a little bit of shadow in there. A little bit of shadow in there. So it's kind of like little cliffs. I think we've covered pretty much all the foreground. Now it's time to do some trees. I haven't decided what kind of trees I want to do. Oh yeah, I need to fill that in. Whoops. I need a clean brush. And some green, dark green, white. And I just want to put some, like there's leaves on here from a tree branch that's hanging over. Like so. All right. So I need a nice amount of trees. Okay, let's do some big trees. I'm going to use Prussian blue. Let's put Roundup Brown, Phthalo Blue, some Zara Johnson. Make a super dark color. Almost like a mountain color. quite a bit of this. So. All right. We've got a pile. Huge pile. Now I don't know how long to use fan brush, or my palette knife. I'm trying to decide. Ooh, got a nice big wad of dark paint. Yay! And I'll show you my big wad of dark paint, see? All right. I think because I have everything so thick, I think I'm gonna just start up here. And I'm just gonna make big, thick tree. I'm just gonna shape it first, and then I'll go in and do more detail later. Make a nice big tree. Nice. So there's tree number 1 so far. Just want to make its foots here. Now, the other ones I think I'm going to do with a fan brush. And where's my other fan brush? Oh, I see it. I dropped it. I'm going to load a fan brush with a super duper amount of paint. And it's definitely going to pick up the color underneath. But, there's one. I'll have another one here. And this one's going to kind of go off the canvas. Give it some foots. I'm just going to put a nice small little twig in there. One here. So over here, I think I'll put a big tree here too. Right there. There. So yeah, we're getting some forest here. But I'm trying not to kill all my background either. So this one here is a really thick, huge amount of paint on here. And I want to thin it a little bit. I mean, this is going to be a birch tree. And I just want it to be a little bit thinner than that. Put some foots here. Some cypress tree. Oh yeah. All right. Well, I need a clean brush. Actually, no, I don't. I need to make some branches, so I'm just going to make it with this little brush for now. And I will define them with the detail brush after. Kind of giving it a few little branches to work off of. bring all these together, blend them. And now we use a detail brush to make the smaller ones. Those ones here, I'm just going to make the branches with the detail brush. Okay, so I'm going to give it some highlight. I think this tree is very lonely and it wants a friend. So we're going to give it a little friend. Can we have a dead tree? Sure. There we go. We gave this one a little friend. But this one is lonely. There we go. So I'm going to give it the highlights. Then I'm going to put the leaves on it. Then I'm going to have a drink of coffee. So with this brush here, I'm going to use some white. Oops. This wants to fall. This paint is super thick, so thin paint sticks to thick paint. And I think I just want to kind of highlight it here and there. Maybe this way. Darker down there. Wow, this paint is loaded. Where the light's coming from. Just want to kind of put a little bit of highlight on these, but they're kind of, you know, darker. And a little bit here, darken that up. There. Alright. Highlights here. White. Come up here on this side where the light is. Here where the light is. Give it a bit of shadow, dark shadow, some, well, yeah. Highlight. A little bit there. Some on the foots. And some on the foots here. All right, I think that's good for highlights. A little bit darker right there. Now I need my liner brush. And I'm just going to do some small little branches here and there. And define some of these a little more. This takes the longest part, is these branches. They take forever. I'm not going to do a billion of them because I'll be covering a lot of this up with some dark and some leaves. I'm just going to do a little bit here and there. I'll be here all day making branches, especially with the amount of trees I have. So we'll just go easy peasy. Just cut a little broken one off there. Let's fix this up here. Twigs here and there, like little pieces, because I'm going to be covering most of this. So. Of all the painting I do, this is the part I hate the most. I really hate this part. I hate making these branches. I just hate it. And then you wonder, why do I make these friggin' big trees? Idiot. And I'm dipping my brush in a thin oil, clear oil, to thin out this paint so it glides over top of this really thick stuff. And I'm just going to do a few on here. I'm not going to get too picky. Again, this is going to get buried. What's everyone? Hey, Carmen. Hey, Beverly. Did I forget anyone? Probably. Okay. All right. I think my days of doing these branches are done. What do you think? Think I got enough branches? Okay, good. I was starting to hate it. That is not my favorite thing to do. All right. Well, I need some more dark color. So we're going to get some more Van Dyke Brown out here. And I don't have a mess going on at all. Just saying. I have to clean the brush. That really sucks. Because I have no more 1-inch brushes right now. They're all dirty. So I'm just going to kind of take some of the paint off of this. And then I'm going to clean it. You pass my garbage can, Jeff? Kind of my eyeball. Clean. Put that back over here. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to dip into a teeny tiny bit of this paint thinner. I'm going to thin out some Van Dyke Brown and this color I made. Just kind of mix it all together. And I'm just going to start touching places here. Just need a teeny bit more of thinner. So I'm back into some super thick paint. And I need this to stick. So this is basically leaves. Pretend leaves. They're coming. Kind of looks like a disgusting disaster. But it'll come to life real soon. I don't like what I did right there. I killed all my foreground. Oh well, time to play in the green. Time to make some leaves. Let's make some color on these. I'm making this a little bit dark here. We'll just make this one. There. Bright color there.
Lots and lots of white. No, there's pretty dark. Let's do that. A little bit. Now, I think that's all I'm going to put on for leaves. Looks pretty good. I need a fan brush. Oh, jeez. What's this name? Just don't get it. Am I still robotic?
Nope.
All right. Now I need some liquid white and I need some color. And I need to put some here down at the bottom of the trees. Like that. Then I'm going to take, well not. I'm going to clean a fan brush. Oh shoot. This one pulled right out. A good one too. Clean this one up because I need to make some sparkly grass, not sparkly, but tall grass. By that way, you just lift up with the fan brush on areas and it makes it look like grass. Don't know if you can see the effect it gives, but it sure hit all the bases of those trees. I like to pull this up, especially in the water. It really shows. Right, some of these. And I think that's I'm going to call this done. There's my version of Bob Ross's Warm Summer Day. And let's sign this. Red. And I gotta thin it out with oil. There's no way in heck it will stick. Here, it's dark paint, thick paint. I don't know if you can see. Whoops. Probably not. I will take it off the easel and show it to you. What's that? All right. Let me do this. Get up. See it all up close. So you see what I see. And that's that. It's very thick paint. So I might go live later today. Are you aw, thanks, Cheryl. Thanks, everyone. I hope my daughter likes it because it's not exactly like her picture she picked, but you know, I gotta go though because I've got a big mess. I might go live and paint another one. We'll see. I do have a few things I need to get done. Thank you, everybody. My sound went robotic. Of course it did. I don't know. No? Somebody said sound. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Another painting done. I don't like it, but I'm not saying nothing. I didn't like the one I did yesterday. I'm my own worst critic, I think. All right, thank you all. Have a wonderful, blessed Sunday. And if I go live again later, paint another one, I'll let you know. So bye for now. God bless.